What's up, everybody? I'm Dominique.
And I am Brandy, and we are your hosts of
Hey, Fave.
a weekly podcast where two best friends get together and talk about everything and nothing at the same time. What's going on with y'all? Wake up.
I'm awake. I'm awake this time.
I'm not. I'm trying to keep my eyes open. Do we be looking sleep to y'all on our podcast?
Questions that need answers. Sometimes we do be.
We do be sleep. We're
Sometimes.
sorry.
Sometimes, yes.
We be sleep. All the
Not all the time. I don't.
As the night goes on.
I feel like, so I want to know, can you tell when we are tired and when we are not?
Yeah, I can just tell by our eyes.
That's what I want to know. Can you tell?
Closed. Oh, man. That's hilarious. What we got going on today?
Today.
I played up. Mute those, y'all. I'm sorry. Copyright. Mute those, y'all.
You heard about the whole Marques Houston thing? Him having a young wife? Not really.
I didn't know about it until you let me know.
And I didn't know about it until the internet's told me.
I get married.
So apparently, him and his wife, there is a 19-year age difference between the two. So, yeah, it's a 19-year age difference, and they met when she was 17. That's what I saw. I thought I saw something that said they met when she was a little younger than that.
How they meet? Was it a concert or something?
So I was looking for that, but what I heard on like two different podcasts, he said they met through a mutual friend or something.
What mutual friend got grown?
That's exactly
unless
what
she was
they
trying to get in
said.
the industry or something, and she was singing or something, trying to get in the industry, and y'all knew a mutual producer.
That's what I was wondering.
Or a mutual dancer, or did she dance or something? That's the only way that I can think of that y'all meet through a family friend. I don't know.
Because 19-year age difference. When she was 17, that means he was 36.
Ain't no way, boy.
So
ain't no way, boy.
He said he didn't develop an interest or act on anything until she was of age, which was 18. So he was still 37.
So how did you know she was turning 18?
Well, because he
did
met
y'all
her.
keep in touch?
Obviously.
Nigga, I meant, I forgot this was.
We've done so well. We made it, 55 episodes before we let it out.
Sir.
Let's see. How did Marques Houston meet his wife? Yeah. So it's a 19-year age difference. 19-year age difference. I said that right. Got married when they were when she was 19.
They definitely kept in touch. They had to.
Absolutely.
They had to keep in touch.
Absolutely. Yeah, they had to keep in touch for sure. Like,
was it like that back in the day?
Oh, they met at a Jehovah's Witness event. So they met at church or a church function.
And you decided to have eyes for a young lady.
For a 17-year-old when you were 36.
There was no other 36-year-olds or even in 20s. That was at the church that you could have talked to. You in the industry.
Especially so because you were like, did they keep in touch? So they finally started dating they met in 2018. They started dating and got engaged in 2019. They got engaged 5 months after they started dating. So they had to still be. They were still.
They absolutely had to be. How
Yeah.
you gonna just randomly marry somebody and don't know them
Um.
that quick?
So yeah, they got married when she was 19, which, like I said, made him 37.
Wow.
They have a kid. I think that's what brought all of this out. Cause I was wondering, like, why all of a sudden did all of this resurface or surface or whatever?
Wait, how old is she now?
I think she might be. Well, if she was 19, 20.
She in her
They got-
20s.
Wait, yeah, they got married in 2020. So that was 3 years ago. If she was 19, 20, 21, 22. She's 22, which means he is
50 something.
no
He my age.
close to it. 17. No, Jesus. Or just do the math. How old I say? He was 17 and 19 when they met. So add 17 and 36 when they met.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in 2019. So
my math is
22,
not.
1, 2, 2, 23. He's 40. But let me double check that. Let's do this. If she's 22 plus 19, 41. Jesus.
Okay. Oh. I don't.
Okay,
I
so
want to judge.
you want me? So let me just.
I don't want to judge.
That's crazy though. No, because that's a big age gap. She was super young. The question, of course, is was he grooming her? Of course, he says he was not, but I don't know.
You may never know.
People. So like I said, I saw clips. I never watched the whole interview, but he was saying like they talked and they had a lot in common or something.
Mm-hmm.
But then the common question I hear in response to that is, what could you possibly have in common with someone 19 years younger than you?
17.
Yes. Yeah, no, you're right. Yes, she was 17. What does a 36-year-old have in common with a 17-year-old? Which would then I was like, were they in the same industry? That's the only thing I could see them having in common.
That's what I really thought how they met. You said through a mutual friend. I'm thinking they met through industry. She was in a group and he was in a group and was he even singing then? He probably was, but they met through producers or something or a mutual singer friend, and I can see that happening.
People.com says it was a Jehovah's Witness event, though. So they met at church or a church function. Still, though, let's say, okay, so let's even say, so you got church in common and we made up the music business theory. So let's not even include that. Let's say you have church in common. That's still not enough to build a relationship on, like, a relationship that leads to marriage. I don't think.
17.
Yeah, not like
30.
So that means, yeah.
Like what? She's in children's church. Okay? Or she's in the youth group. And you
like you old enough to be her youth pastor.
Yeah,
you could
like
be her youth pastor. Like it's inappropriate.
It's not right. What's happening?
So of course he got a lot of he got a lot of backlash for it. Of course he's defending his relationship.
Of course. Now y'all of age. Now she's of age. Y'all done got married and y'all, I guess y'all in love and y'all got a kid now. I'm like y'all, like I'm talking to them. I am talking to y'all. What? I guess the whole issue, the initial issue, is how young she was when y'all met.
Yeah,
I know y'all had to continue.
He said they
talking.
didn't pursue a relationship until she was of age.
Right. So you may not have pursued, but y'all had to keep in touch.
Yeah.
To know each other, to even want to pursue a relationship.
Yeah. So if he kept in touch with the purpose of eventually pursuing when she was of age, does that mean he groomed her, or did he have that motive the whole time? Was like, I like you, but I'm gonna wait till you're legal. Like, those are all questions. Or was it genuinely like we met when she was 17? We were just around each other because we coincidentally, and then when she turned 18, I'm like, what switched?
I'm like, how was y'all hanging out though? Like,
Yeah, in what capacity?
I don't know.
That's
This is draining.
not draining.
Because now I'm wondering, like, is that fair? Because I know that we look at men crazy when they talk to young females, but do we look at women crazy when they talk to young males?
That's also a question that needs answers.
Because it seems like it's more acceptable for women to talk to younger men, and we like the older women are called cougars, and it's like a joke or whatever. But for men, it's like, oh no, you are
you creepy
a
perv.
molester. Like, yeah, like you molest children. Like, it's that serious.
Yeah, you do get looked at, yeah, as a creepy dude, but you hype the women up when they pull them a younger dude, and you hype the younger dudes up.
Yeah, and the dudes is
when they can pull an older chick, and they be like, I got me,
Yeah.
But let a girl say she's attracted to older men.
It's like, oh, you're fast.
Yeah.
Like, no.
So yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair.
What's different? Like, why is that different?
I don't know.
Why is it less creepy? Because to me, it should be equally creepy.
I guess it's the point of it's the guy that is pulling an older woman.
But let's say if it's the guy that's going after the older woman, then sure. But what if it's the older women that are targeting younger? Because there are some of those.
Now, some women do get in trouble. The teachers and stuff that I've been seeing. Y'all have been acting up. School is... That may need to be another topic, but y'all are acting up. This school days is wild now. Teachers wild out. Kids wild out. Like, I don't understand.
All the people in all the schools couldn't it?
Yeah, y'all tripping. I don't think it's fair. I think both situations should be treated the same. Now, I'm glad they are married and in love and have a kid. I'm glad about that. I'm just kind of like,
so
how y'all met and how old she was. That's the only thing that's just on my mind.
Well, because I think in numbers. So if there's a 19-year age difference, when he was 19, she wasn't even born yet.
Jeez,
so
going into college.
Ouch! I bit my tongue. So yeah, like when he was 20, she was 1. Doesn't that sound terrible? I mean, it doesn't just sound terrible. It is terrible. But
it's horrible.
Like, when she was 10, he was 29. So what 29-year-old? He'd be locked up. He would be locked up.
Grown.
Yes. So then the question, I mean, he's not the only one. Elvis got accused of.
Yeah, but people still like him. They call him the king of.
Yeah.
Whatever they call him.
I think Priscilla. Did he marry her? I think he married her. Anyway, he was 24 and she was 14. So that was a 10-year gap. And then, so like you were saying, on the other side of things, like Nick Jonas and his wife, Priyanka, they're 10 years apart. So both, okay. So I just gave 2 10-year apart gaps,
so
but
I can't
we
judge.
both were like, ew, Elvis. But we didn't have that same thought when it came to Nick and Priyanka just now.
And there's a lot of like older women dating younger men.
Is it because
Oh
they were old?
man.
So in Nick and Priyanka's case, is it because they were both grown when they got together, and it didn't start when one of them were underage? Is that what makes it okay?
Maybe. I'm more fine with that, with them
Like if
starting as both of them being grown, at least in your
they
20s.
just both grown enough to make their own decisions, and not
Yeah,
this grown man or grown woman. Because
yeah,
that's the same thing. Like a lot of boys are now, or they're men now, but they are realizing like may have possibly been assaulted when they were underage. They just saw it as a, ooh, I got with an older chick.
right. And now you
But
look back and
technically,
it's like,
it's like,
oh
hey,
dang, I've been raped.
you know, like,
Like I've been sexually
yeah,
abused.
like a lot of them are having that realization, like that should not have happened.
See why
Um,
y'all should teach y'all men, y'all boys, not to just be out here.
but like that, they were hyped up to do it though.
And see
In
why
most of
y'all
their
boys
cases,
friends, the friends of the men and boys, y'all shouldn't be hyping up
or
going to
even
just
if their dads
be
and
out
uncles
here.
found out, like and they be like, "Oh yeah, that's my boy." It's like one of those types of things.
I can't.
Um, I forgot where I was going with that,
Jesus be offense.
but
God, wait.
forgot my point.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
But yeah, so I'm guessing the introductory age is what makes it the
Yeah,
worst.
yeah. I think
Okay,
they have to at least like be.
both be grown. Both be
Yeah.
grown, consenting, fully aware adults to make those kinds
Over
of decisions.
19. I'm gonna say
So
that.
overnight, cause I about to say, well, she was 19 when they got married.
Oh. But they was talking while she was 17 up to 19.
True. So
Unless y'all just started talking with the same year she was 19 and y'all just fell in love that same year. It was like, you know what? I'm going to lock this down. It happens.
then it would be okay.
I guess.
So when he was 37, 38, because I'm not doing that math again. 37, no, I think it was 38. Yes, 19 and 19 is 38. Yes. So,
Unless, yeah, that's the only, because I said 19 and up, right?
yeah, you did.
Like, you in college by then, so,
Maybe.
yeah. Well, you out of high school, unless you just
Uh-oh.
flunking all of your grades and you still, and in that case, you need to be in school or somewhere else learning or something.
Somewhere getting it together.
Right, not talking to no.
I mean, but yeah, because I don't, like, that wasn't like any of my classmates or whatever, but like you hear mostly on TV. In other people's stories, they be like, yeah, like there were girls in high schools talking to grown people. I'm like, that just because it was happening doesn't mean it was okay.
Yeah.
And then like, the typical TV shows, they always write a storyline and the high school student starts dating like a college athlete or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. So what's too big of a gap, or is there such thing as too big of a gap? Let's say in general, and then for you.
In general,
Like, is there too big of a gap?
okay, so this is why I said I can't judge, because I've never dated anyone older than me. It's always been younger, either like a year younger.
Yeah, that's normal.
I think the furthest I've went is like 9 years apart.
You still you didn't cross over into the
didn't.
10 or the doggone 19.
Yeah, I did not. It was close, but yeah.
So that's why you don't want to judge anybody else's gap.
Yeah, I don't. I don't want to judge the gap. Just as long as they were grown.
So that's your only.
Yeah.
As long as they were grown when they met and started.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then for you, what is the biggest gap you would consider?
For me, I would never do a 9-year difference again. The probably youngest I will go. So I'm 37 now. I think the lowest I go was like 30. Like I won't even go in the 20s.
Okay.
So about
That's a 7.
yeah, 7, 8 years apart.
Okay.
Like we're both in the same.
Decade.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay. I guess that's reasonable.
yeah. Can't be doing that.
Understandable. Why?
No, here's the thing. No, that person, uh, for me, he was. He didn't act like no. He didn't act like no little boy. He was not a little boy. I'm sorry. That this is making me look real crazy.
Even though he was that much younger than you, he acted.
Yeah, he did not act his age.
Like
you
didn't
was
notice
a grown
the
man.
gap. You didn't notice the
Yeah,
gap.
not at all.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, why would you not go with that big of a gap anymore? Because that's literally 2 years difference. You said 7, 8 years. That's literally 1 or 2 years different.
I guess I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think I just feel more comfortable with them being the same decade.
Okay.
As of now.
Yeah.
I was younger back then though.
Yeah.
That was back then. So in my grown age, yeah, I probably wouldn't ever do that again.
But okay, you're 37
And it
now.
was so small. It wasn't like there was no like dates or nothing.
Yeah,
It was
you just
like a
entertain the
talk.
thoughts.
Yeah, it was like a flirt. Yeah.
37 minus 9 is 28. Did I do that right? 7. Yes. So
your math, I know my math is not.
Yeah, that was right.
28.
Yeah, so that would 9 would put you at 28.
I'm pushing 40. I don't know.
Well, 9 if you were 40, that'd be 31. I'm just saying. I'm just doing the math for you. I mean, yeah. I'm not trying to sway you either way.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. So, and yeah, because I think in numbers, so all of it gets a little challenging and tricky in my head anyway. So
what's your age gap?
yeah. So 10 seems like a whole lot to me.
Okay.
That's a common one I hear. I guess that should be the most. Should be like I'm just telling you what to do. I think 10 is the most where I'm like, well, okay. Yeah. For me personally, how old am I? Maybe 5.
About 5 years.
Maybe, yeah. I maybe. Okay. That's probably the youngest. So, but then would I do older? Do I have a problem if they're 5 years older than me? Because I'm automatically thinking younger than me for some reason when I do that math. Because that used to be weird to me anyway, because my brother is 3 years younger than me. So I was always like, if I date somebody 3 years younger than me, I'm dating someone my brother's age. This is weird.
Yeah.
But 3 years older would be perfectly fine to me.
I don't know why I'm scared to date older. I feel like I'm a kid at heart. And I like to be goofy.
Maybe
and I like to have fun.
Too.
I sure hope so. Whoever it is. I sure hope so. But I've always been afraid to date older men because I'm thinking that they may look at me like, oh, she act like a little kid. Like, I'm a grown woman.
You are.
I just like to have fun. I like to be
Which
goofy.
Which is perfectly fine. They're
I like Disney
ups.
movies. So, and Marvel. And I collect Marvel Funko Pops. So, I'm just a kid at heart. But, yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I don't.
So, what about your age then? Would you ever do your exact age?
Yeah, I would do my age.
So, is your age or younger?
Probably.
It's just been your default.
Yeah.
So, would you do like 1 or 2 older?
I'm trying to think of dates that I have. I've only had 3 boyfriends out of my whole life.
And they were all younger than you.
Yes. One was a year younger.
Yeah.
No, the other 2 were probably like a year older than me.
No, those
But
are
that was
normal.
like high school.
Those are normal numbers, though.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
Ah, so
but they now locked down now. Like, I want to still be able to be myself and not feel afraid to be myself. And you know what? I might run into. I know every older guy is not like
Yeah.
that. It's just been a fear of mine. So
Yeah, I feel like there
I
are
may need
you
change.
be fine. Like if
I
he's your
probably need
person,
to.
he will be able to handle your fun, and he will also be fun.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I think. Yeah, and like there are plenty of older people that are Marvel fans and Disney fans, and that just genuinely like to have fun. Like, yeah,
You're right.
you don't have to automatically go old and boring. Like,
I don't know. Maybe it's the people that I see in my life that's older, and I'm like,
so you're calling those people old and boring?
get up, do something.
So I mean, yeah, you want what you want, you like what you like, but I also
Y'all all not like that. I know all older men is like, I'm sorry.
I've been told.
Change my mind.
Okay,
Change my
you heard her. Come change your mind. I've been told. Now I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. I've been told that I will end up with someone older than me, or I need to end up with someone older than me.
You don't need nobody playing games. You need straight. I don't either, but you don't need nobody playing no games. Okay, I can see. Yeah,
So that
he need to be about his stuff. Messing with you, yeah. It like.
My nails aren't painted today, but
No, I don't have none. So, but yeah,
yeah, and that I think that those were typically the reasons given. They don't think I would tolerate behaviors from someone younger than me.
I absolutely not.
But what if it's a mature younger person? Like, what if he's?
That's how I got in trouble.
But even still, my younger, there because I think number first, it wouldn't be. I don't think I could do more than the 5 gap anyway.
Okay.
So that's what's gonna save me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. Did they used to do that back in the day? Like, were they like the same age, or somebody was way older? Because now I'm like thinking of my grandparents.
Was it consensual, or did they just marry their young daughter off to an older man?
Right.
think
Or did they have no choice? They just got married.
For some reason, my mind went straight to The Color Purple.
Yeah.
And, they gave Celie to Mister.
Yeah.
And he wanted the other one. Either way, both of them was cheering.
Yeah.
And he was a full-grown man.
That was crazy.
That
was really crazy.
I think a lot of times, like, the consensual ones, they were, like, the same age, just really young. Like, people were getting married at 14 and...
Yeah, I'm trying to think of my grandparents' ages. I gotta look at their year first when they were born, and then
do more math.
I'll do that later. Yeah, my brain. Okay.
I could see why. I've been told I would need someone older. I understand, but I couldn't go much older though, because then my numbers would start messing with me again. So. I think 5 is a safe gap for me in my head for my peace and sanity.
I should go there too. I should do 5 to be safe.
It'll still get sketchy though, because if I'm 35, that means he's 40. That just sounds so drastic to me. I don't know why. I mean, we both grown and stuff, but
I'm 37. Everybody, you should at least got a 45. What? He almost a grandpa. I'm scared.
Oh Lord. a whole grandpa. That's funny.
Like, all I can think of is my daddy. Like, what?
Automatically, it just.
I'm scared. I don't want to.
But then, and for some reason, so the 30 and 35 doesn't sound that bad to me. But yeah, as soon as you flip it and jump 35 to 40, that's crazy. I just need to stop thinking in numbers. That's
Oh, I think that one dude was way older than me.
oh, okay.
The F.
Okay.
Yeah.
Way older?
I don't
Or
think he
just
was way older. I think he was like a couple years older than me.
okay.
That
Yeah,
didn't
that's
go
not-
anywhere either. So
well.
it ain't go nowhere either.
I mean, it was a thing for a minute. A
Yeah.
second.
Now it felt different.
It
It really felt different. Like the conversation was different.
Better or different? Like better in any way or just
It was probably the same.
was it boring? Was he
It
boring?
was boring.
Oh, bless
It was
it.
boring.
I tried,
He
y'all.
was goofy too though.
So see?
But I feel like I was doing all of the getting to know like
Mhm.
him, and he wasn't trying to do that. That was dumb. That's why I stopped talking. I'm not gonna do this. I'm asking all the questions. You ain't trying to get to know me. Like, this is one-sided. What kind of stuff is this? I don't think
yeah.
it's time for us to do that yet.
Well, when you
What?
supposed to
Ask
do it?
questions? What are you talking about?
When are you supposed to do that?
That's fine.
Isn't that the okay?
Maybe we should start.
Um,
Okay.
that's
Well, yeah.
interesting. Yeah, I don't know. So you don't judge anybody else's gap, but you set your own gap. Me, I mean, I mind my business, but I do see stuff and do math. Once I do the math, I'm like, ooh, okay. But also, still, that's your business.
Yeah.
I do agree. So I guess when does it stop being creepy is the question I was about to answer without asking. But so I agree. Like if they're both grown.
Absolutely.
So I guess like if somebody's in their 30s and they decide they want to date a 50 or 60-year-old man, that is their business.
Yeah, because they fully grown. Like they
know what they
grown.
doing. It's
Yeah.
not like
Ain't
they got
nobody-
trapped into this or
Yeah.
misled or groomed into
they
a situation.
fully grown.
So I guess my question is, I guess what's the grown? So 19 is your grown. 19 is when it's okay to you.
Not really. Grown to me is
Mhm.
like 25.
Okay. I think that's
Like
what I
you
was
got
about to
some,
say.
you got a couple years on you. Like
yeah,
you like, you know, I'm getting to know myself.
yeah.
Like I'm growing up. Whatever. Anything under that is like it's still
You
playing
still a
around.
kid.
Yeah.
You still,
Yeah, playing.
and that was a lot of people's well, not a lot of people's because I've only listened to a few people talk about this. But their
Mhm.
point was like she has no life experience. So back to what you were originally asking, what does a 36-year-old have in common with a 17-year-old? Even if you find like different things, like you like the same stuff or something, you go to the same church. Outside of that, what do you have in common? You have lived. You are grown. You got bills. This baby just got out of high school.
Yeah.
If she's out.
Yeah.
So then it's like, so she doesn't have that life experience of being out on their own and stuff, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. So then and this was a dude's perspective that I was listening to. He was like, he pretty much robbed her of the ability to grow up and experience life because now she's just up under him.
Yeah.
And
Is
she's
he the only one she's been with? We don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know. But like, even though like she's locked in now to just whatever, she hasn't been able to go out and like try to get anything on her own or.
Yeah.
And this is just based, speculation. We don't know that
She got lucky.
Did she though?
God, she got lucky. You don't have to do nothing.
But
No,
like,
no.
is that good though?
Probably not. But,
So then they were saying what? So then they were like, you're not the same person 20 years from now, or even
Mhm.
10 years from now. So what happens? They think when she grows up and like just develops her full grown
Yeah, she's like,
womanness.
oh my gosh, I didn't get to do this.
Or
madness.
so that, or she's gonna be like, this dude pretty much manipulated me or trapped me, or
And then on the other hand, I hope
that they just fine and happy. I mean, now that they're here, they got a kid.
To wish them the positivity and
so what?
be
Like,
positive.
should you wish someone well? Well, as long as there was nothing malicious, like he said, he waited till she was legal.
I really hope that they actually waited until she was of age 19, and I'm in my brain. Y'all started talking in the year that she was 19, and then y'all decided, yes,
or at least talking in that aspect. Official.
Yeah, it happens. It happens that quick sometimes. Yeah.
So they were talking and then engaged 5 months later, and then they got married.
Yeah. So So maybe I'm wrong, and y'all weren't talking since 17. Maybe y'all did start up talking again in 19. I mean, y'all go to the same church. Y'all still go to the same church? I don't know.
At least a church event, a mutual church event,
something. Yeah. Now, look, let me. Okay, I'm gonna go back because I don't want people that's under 25 thinking that I'm saying that y'all babies. Okay.
Oh.
No, because I've known some people who got married at 21 and 22 and. Like, just watching a podcast the other day, I didn't know Ty Galbraith got married to his wife at 21. And then you got Vicky and Cameron Logan got married young.
I know a couple. I think they were 20 and 21 or something like that. Yeah. They were super young and they're still together.
So, I think it just
but they're both,
depends on how mature you are at that age.
And also, all of these people we named were around the same ages. Like, they were within.
Yeah.
So I think,
but I guess just being that age, I'm not calling y'all babies. Okay. Like, cause a lot of y'all are fully grown and mature at 19, 20. Yes. So yeah, I don't want to call y'all babies. Okay. Yeah.
Just to clear that up.
Yes. Like I said, I
really don't want to have to fight nobody in the comments again.
I don't. Like I said, I talked to somebody that was younger and they were mature, so I don't even want to.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
There are some exceptions to some rules. Absolutely. I guess that's also what makes this weird.
Now, young, I'm not talking. Did I already clear that up? It wasn't young people.
Yeah. Wait. Oh yeah, no, she was not out here.
Absolutely not. Yeah,
on the list with these creeps.
No Marques Houston situation.
Oh, I was like, Marques who? I'm like, whose name are you calling?
It wasn't no Marques Houston.
I was like, cut it.
It was no Marques Houston situation.
I'm like, who did you just out? My bad, I forgot that was that man's name for a second.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
Okay. Yeah. No. Y'all was within a correct window. You weren't out here
9 years
trolling elementary schools or nothing. You
absolutely not.
Like
no.
And that's always my brain automatically goes to when you were such and such.
You was almost out of here. They were just being born.
Because to me that's so weird.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the 5. When you were 5, they weren't here yet. When you were 10, they were 5. So y'all were both in elementary school, kindergarten, and 5th grade.
Yeah, something like that.
That's more reasonable. It's still, but it's
y'all in grade school.
So then you bump that up to high school. That's freshman in college, freshman in high school. 'Cause
15, 20. Oh, wait.
When
10,
did you go to
15?
high school? 13?
No,
We're not doing that again. We are not doing that again.
Oh, I was say I was turning 16.
When you got there, we did this already. And I just said we weren't doing that
I was turning 16.
When you got there?
When I was there already going into, like, my freshman year. Yeah, I was turning 16. It was August when we started. Turned 16 in December.
Okay.
Did we ever figure that out?
We did, but I don't remember. I think you.
I was 21. I was turning 21 my freshman year in college.
I mean, not to do.
Everybody was like, "That she old." I'm like, "No, I'm not. Just turned 21."
How
Yeah,
that happened?
21. I was went to start school late or something.
I mean, I get that because you gotta be certain you by August because I just made it, but 21.
Was that my sophomore year?
That sounds more like it because most people graduate high school
It
17,
had to be
18.
because.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. So that was my sophomore. That was my sophomore year.
Oh, that so
21.
So you were like
I had
20.
to think of somebody I was dating.
So 1920 was freshman.
Yes, that was turning 20.
You were turning 20. So that's 16.
Mm-hmm.
So how old was I when I went to high school?
Probably like 14.
I said that
15.
sounds more.
Cause my niece is 14. She turns 15 in July.
And I'm usually younger
And
than
she's a
everybody, so I'm
freshman.
pretty sure it was 13, 14. Like,
Yeah.
you about to break my brain again.
I was all over. I was the oldest.
I'm
in
gonna
my
go
class.
rewatch that clip because I did cut that clip out because me and Chris both went, "No, you weren't."
Nah, I always remember because there was a certain event that happened
Mhm.
where I was turning 16. So that's
Mhm.
how I know. It was my freshman year, 16.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. How old am I? I was still 17. I was 17 when I graduated because I didn't turn 18 till I was in college when I turned 18 because I remember coming home.
Oh, girl.
So 17, 16, 15, 14. Yeah, 13 turning 14. I don't remember why I started doing that math. Oh, freshman in high school, 13, 14, freshman in college. Well, in my case, it would have been 17, 18.
Oh.
That still sounds weird, though.
It's like.
So should we all just stay within 2 or 3 years of our ages? Is that the only time it doesn't sound weird?
I guess. That's why I was like, within the same decade at least.
For sure. Definitely in the same decade.
We need to at least know the same cartoons we used to watch. Remember
I guess.
CDs and
Decade,
VHSs and
like
Walkmans
30s.
and pagers.
So 30s be with the people in their 30s. 40s be with the 20s. Stay with the 20s and the teens stay in the teens. I think the teens is what make it weird.
That's why I was
Like if somebody's still in their teens. Unless you're like fresh in your 20s, like, you know.
I know I said 19. I'm like 20. The teen just
So
fully
a 20,
out.
A 20-year-old can make the decision to date a 40-year-old. That's 20 years difference. Well, that's about this difference, though. His is a 19-year difference. So, yeah, a 20-year-old and a 40-year-old. It's also
that's
weird.
a parent.
Yeah.
Right? That's
You're old enough to be their parent.
status.
People, yeah. Y'all let us know what's the largest gap you'd consider, what's the largest one you've seen, and when is it creepy and when is it not creepy? When is it no longer creepy? Or is it never creepy? You just be minding your business and you tell them people to have at it. I think no. I feel like everybody has that's creepy number. I hope. Draw a line somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Wow.
I do realize I have a automatic disadvantage because I'm always going to work backwards and do that math. So it's always wait a minute.
We're not alive.
You know, I'm always going to do that math.
That's hilarious.
Those are my only examples though. Elvis, Nick Jonas. I'm sure there are others though.
There are a lot more.
But most of the time it's older man, younger woman.
Absolutely.
Back to my original question, why? And why is it okay?
Why is that okay?
And then why do the women's, they're considered cougars or...
It's like a joking matter. Like,
or is it
It's
or
like a
is it
bragging rights too.
yeah, it's like bragging rights for the younger dude and for the older women. 'Cause it's like I pulled me
I
this
pulled
young
me
boy,
this.
you know. So wait, are we
That's
saying?
not, don't brag about that.
Are we should the so like we see the dudes as creepy, but there's also nobody does anything about it. They just accept it. Well, not always, because obviously
Yeah.
Marques Houston is getting backlash. And then there was it the who was the TV host? He like ended up marrying his stepdaughter or something. It wasn't Letterman. I don't want to put that on that
Oh
man.
my goodness.
Yeah, it was one
I
of the.
did see a story a while ago where
I remember when that came
a
out.
daughter married her stepfather.
Yeah, it was a late night talk.
Like her mother had passed or something,
Mm-hmm.
and he married
Yes.
his stepdaughter.
Who
I
is
was
it?
like, ooh, it was a black couple.
Oh no, these were
Ooh.
a vanilla couple. I'm talking about.
Okay.
Well, I
I'm
think
talking
she's
about the black
Asian.
couple.
He's an older vanilla man.
Oh. Mm. Yeah, y'all, it's a little crazy out here in these streets. It's crazy. It is crazy.
Woody Allen. That's not a talk show host, but anyway, Woody Allen.
Who's that? What he look
He
like?
did music, right?
The name sounds familiar.
We should. Y'all gonna get us because I feel like Woody Allen is like that's a popular name. We should know who that is. And y'all gonna be like, y'all didn't know who Woody Allen was.
If I see who he is, I may. I don't know. Yeah.
But I think that's who I was talking about though, because I recognize the name Soon.
Is he not alive?
No,
Why
he's
he on the History Channel? What?
oh on this day.
Oh.
So
I
on
was
this
like, what?
so I guess-
Okay.
on
Oh.
December 24th, 1997, Woody Allen, the 62-year-old Academy Award winning writer director of movies, come on, get out of here, married 27-year-old Soon-Yi Pervin, the adopted daughter of his former partner. Wait.
Adopted daughter.
Yes. So they were together. Adopted this lady, this girl.
And later
And
married her.
he later married her.
Make it make sense.
Like you raised that as your daughter or even if it was stepdaughter. Either way, like
Make it make sense.
Like we're not even considering the age gap at this point, even though that
you are
was
now her father.
and they got married. Yes. Woody Allen, blah 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 blah. He was starting.
And now in this case, I'm looking at the girl too, like
That's your daddy.
like both of y'all. What are y'all thinking?
Unless she was groomed
Look,
and manipulated.
I need y'all to be stronger if that's the case. Now, this is crazy.
Cause now we're going down the rabbit hole. Cause the first dude, Aretha Franklin married.
Oh, not Aretha. Oh, Jesus.
He met her when she was little. He started watching her when she was like young. Did you watch the movie? I watched the movie. Respect.
No.
So I saw the visual. Was it Marlon's character or another creepy dude? I think it's another dude, and then Marlon.
Was that the same situation with Tina Turner and Ike?
Did they have an age gap?
Didn't he pull her? Yeah, we over here looking. We see.
Either way, so it's not the first time it's happened. I don't know. It's
Age difference. I'm sorry, y'all. We're looking for different people. Ike was 7 years her senior. Okay, so that is just
so
not far apart.
Aretha Franklin's first husband. They got married when she was 19 and he was 30. So that's 21 years. Did I do that right? I did. Wait. 10, 11 years. Wait, come on, Dom. You got this.
Wait a minute.
It's 11. Yeah, and yeah. It's 11. Cause 20, yes. I
Okay.
think that's how I got 21. I rounded her 19 up to 20 to do my equation, and then I dropped down. I do my math weird sometimes. Me and my daddy be racing, trying to get. But the way I do it, sometimes I round whatever I'm doing up to a whole number, and then I backtrack. So sometimes, like because it was 19, I was like, well, let me do the equation as a 20, and then take down the 1.
And right now she's speaking Spanish to me because it's going in one ear and out the other because I'm not even following.
Well, I'll tell y'all.
I'm not following.
Because the equation was 30 minus 19.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, instead of 19, I'm going to go 20. 30 minus 20 and then drop back down 1.
Okay, I got that. I got it now. I was listening
So
there.
I tend to do that. So I got stuck. When I dropped down to 1, I just said 21, and that wasn't it. It was
Jesus. Lord.
That's
y'all,
that's
I'm
what gets
telling
me
you,
sometimes.
I don't know how I did it.
You made it, though. Press on
I made it, Jesus.
But I'm trying to figure out if that's the same dude in the movie that was like in her room when he shouldn't have been.
Oh, Jesus.
Like
that's what I'm saying. I think back then it happened a lot.
She also didn't tell either. So I'm like, is that the man she married? Because I don't know. I don't want to be putting theories out. We all know like something happened though. Like she spoke about it. She was like assaulted when she was young. Like that's not hidden knowledge. It made it into the movie. Mm-hmm. I'm just not sure if I'm putting that on the right dude, which is why I don't want to accuse that man. Yeah. Even though if you watch the movie, you know, even them two, they had got into it too as well. Anyway,
y'all just stop looking at the little kids, okay?
It's gonna do it again.
Women and men and women.
Oh, for sure.
Y'all
I feel at
the little kids, please. Wait till they like 20, and then
everybody still needs to be a consenting adult,
Jesus,
fully aware of the decisions they are making.
Don't be manipulating nobody out here.
I feel like that'll always be a question, though.
Yeah, don't be out here being a creep.
Please don't. We don't want it.
Oh my Lord, this should have been called. I don't even know. Jesus. Help. Okay. Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, guys. y'all, this is a little worrisome.
I mean, the people out here cutting up and they're making it public knowledge.
Come on, y'all stop, man. Like, everybody is going crazy. What did COVID do?
Oh, and that's funny because that's when they got married. I think during COVID or right after COVID.
It's like everybody came back from COVID and just went crazy.
If that's the case, they still met before COVID. So, anyway. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, y'all, thank you for joining us for another episode. I don't know why I'm laughing.
Lord.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Hey Fave. Y'all talk to us in the comments. I don't even know.
Listen,
I'm speechless. Okay. I'm speechless, and y'all let us know.
Let us know your thoughts on the Marques Houston or just the age gaps in general. Like I said, what's your age gap that you would consider? What do you consider too much?
Tell the truth.
Yeah, you know, because some people will go past the 10 mark and see absolutely nothing wrong. So, yeah. And then, you know, some people are like, well, it depends on the person and our connection. Sure, go. That is your business. You know, I can't tell you what to do and what not to do and who not to do it with. So, yeah.
At all.
There's that.
We can't do anything. We are not professional, you know, doctors, psychologists, anything. What's the other person? That therapists with none of that.
I didn't know. I was like, you covered the mind and the body. I don't know. Absolutely.
Our personal opinions, but again, you know, let us know in the comments what you think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share. Watch us on YouTube, Spotify, and now YouTube. Yeah.
You've been watching.
You can listen to our podcast now. Well, it's still a video on YouTube. Never mind.
YouTube, I know what she's trying.
Never mind.
If you haven't already noticed, you know how like YouTube Music exists. They now have like a podcast branch. So even when you're like searching and stuff, like you could filter out and go to like the podcast specific page or filter or whatever, and it pulls in podcasts. So you should be able to just like listen to us all the way through.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yes.
You know, yeah. But that's all. New features on YouTube. That's all.
That's I don't know. I mean,
it's fine.
Spotify and iTunes, Google, wherever you listen to your podcast at. And join us for another episode next time. We'll see y'all. All right, guys. Peace
Bye.
out.